He missed this putt wide left. DeChambeau hit driver, then wedge to a par 5. This was his third shot. Rolls in the putt for the eagle to take control of the U.S. Open. Meanwhile, Wolf had more problems, had to choke way up on his club here, standing in the bunker, hitting it like a baseball swing. Ball rolls past the flag, kept going. He shot 75 today, finished even par for the week, took second place. DeChambeau, the only golfer under par today and for the week, shot a 67, rolled in that putt to end his week. He won by 6 shots and claims the U.S. Open title for his first major championship. Tony Finau, by the way, tied for 8th. And after nearly 2.5 months off, the Utah Royals return to play today in the NWSL. The Royals in Portland this afternoon without their head coach, Craig Harrington, and his assistant, Leaf Lancaster, both on leave of absence. So Amy Lepebet filled in. She watched as Portland took the lead in the 35th minute. Simone Carley with some great ball handling here. Gets by a couple of Royal defenders, beats Abby Smith, and scores the goal. Then in the second half, 72nd minute, Sophia Smith fires this one in, finds the net. It's 2-0 Portland, and they get another one on a bad mistake by the Royals. Utah can't clear it. Smith kicks it off. Lindsey Herron goes right back into the net. 3-0 is your final. The Royals lose their opener of the fall restart without their coach, but their captain says they're still strong.
Well, right now we're a pretty collective unit. We've been through a lot this week, and I will say that we've had to lean on each other a lot. And with Amy Lepebet, leading our ship right now, we're going to look to her as far as next steps. I actually am really happy to talk about soccer, but right now the club has told me that I am not in a position to comment about the staff at this time.
Well, the new college football poll is out. BYU Cougars jumped up 4 spots without even playing. The Cougars will play Troy this Saturday, and they'll go into that game ranked number 18 in the country. The top 3 teams are Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma. BYU at 18. Bronco Mendenhall's Virginia is 20. And Army, the team BYU was supposed to play, is 22. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Nuggets. What a finish this was. The Lakers had a big lead most of the game, but Nikola Jokic led the Nuggets back. The three-pointer got them within 1 with about a minute to play. Then 30 seconds to go. The Lakers down, but Anthony Davis with a push shot in the lane. LA goes back in front. 20 seconds to play. Jokic with a jump hook. He scored the last 12 points for Denver. 2 seconds to go. LA down 1. They inbound the ball to Anthony Davis, and watch this. Are you kidding me? The clutch three-pointer at the buzzer, the game-winning dagger. LA wins at 105-103. They lead the series 2-0. Real Sports Live is coming up with a brand new start time. Danny Green and I will have plenty to discuss tonight, so stay tuned.
That shot was unreal.
It was.
That's all I have to say. Poor Denver. Adam, weather.
A lot warmer tomorrow here across northern Utah. Hazy skies continue, and we have some rain chances coming here at some point this week.
Okay, Adam, thanks so much. That shot by Anthony Davis, though, Wes, just historic. Totally clutch.
He's pretty good.
The kind of ball you used to play as a kid, right?
Exactly. Let's go with that.
We're going to go with that on this Sunday night. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Thank you for watching us tonight, and we'll see you again in the morning.
News 4 Utah's Real Sports Live.
Tonight on Real Sports Live, it was a heartbreaking loss for Real Salt Lake last night, their second in a row at home. Can they turn things around this week? The BYU football team moves up in the rankings and is ready for its home opener this week against Troy. It looks like the Pac-12 football is coming back sooner than later. When can we expect to see the Utes in action? We know when the college basketball season will begin, but what does Mark Pope know about BYU's schedule?
Do we hire a coach that knows something? Because this guy doesn't know anything. Coach Pope knows nothing.
Alrighty then. We'll also show you our top high school plays of the week and another entertaining edition of the best and the worst. It's Real Sports Live, and it starts right now. Pope is awesome, isn't he?
He knows everything.
He does. Hey, everybody, welcome to Real Sports Live. I'm Wesley Ruff. This is Dana Green, and we have a ton of stuff to talk about this week.
We sure do. College basketball's coming back, college football heating up, and we got the NBA playoffs to discuss. But let's begin with Real Salt Lake. And RSL played its third straight home game last night against Vancouver. But after losing to the Whitecaps, RSL now has just 3 points to show for those 3 games. Last night was particularly frustrating for RSL because they dominated possession. They got off 25 shots, but had a tough time finding the back of the net. RSL had 13 shots at the half, but it was still scoreless. And then in the second half, Vancouver breaks through as David Milinkovic beats Andrew Putnam. That made it 1-0 Whitecaps. Big moment in the 63rd. Kyle Beckerman gets called for his second yellow card after inadvertently stepping on the keeper's head. Whoops. So RSL had to play the final 27 minutes, a man down. But what an effort by RSL. 81st, Justin Merriam heads in the pass for Michael Chang. We're tied at 1. Looked like RSL is going to get a point at home, but less than 2 minutes later, Lucas Cavallini with the game-winning goal for Vancouver, and RSL loses at 2-1. They've now fallen below the playoff line headed into Wednesday's home game against the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, and that was a tough one to lose, too, because they should have beaten this team. This is a team that hadn't been playing great. They've been up in Canada, they played Saturday, I believe, or no, on Wednesday before, so they were on short rest, coming to altitude. Haven't been on the road much, and RSL is at home, a place where last year they dominated. This year they've struggled at home. They lost 2 in a row now.
Well, these 3 home games to only get 1 victory.
They've only got, what, four points in their last 6 home games?
I think a lot of that has to do with the atmosphere, don't you? I mean, because I don't know, that Rio Tinto. I mean, they get going. Those RSL fans, they can intimidate the other crowd, but you know, when there's really not any home court advantage in any sport right now. So I think it does play into soccer as well.
Yeah, it probably does a little bit, but and they played really well in the first half, as you mentioned. They had
65% possession.
They controlled the tempo. They looked engaged coming off that disappointing loss because we really didn't know what RSL team we were going to see after they beat. They shut out LAFC, and then we're shut out by Colorado.
It was back and forth, back and forth.
So we didn't know which team was going to show up, and they came out on fire, looked like they were ready to go, just couldn't score.
I think this game was lost in the first half when they had all those scoring opportunities, and credit to the RSL offense for generating those scoring opportunities. They just couldn't take advantage, and Vancouver took advantage of the opportunities they had.
And they didn't quit.
I think Putnam played well, and in goal he made some great saves, but you're right. When you're down a man and you're down 1-0, it's easy to give up a couple of goals. RSL fought back. That's a Freddie Juarez team. They fought back, even the match, but that good feeling lasts for like 90 seconds before Vancouver.
They got another match coming up at home on Wednesday against Galaxy. BYU football team will finally be back on the field this Saturday when the Cougars host Troy at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. Now the Cougars moved up to 18th in the latest AP poll that was released today.
Yeah, well, it's been almost 3 weeks since BYU beat Navy. This past week, the Cougars talked about the disappointment of having to cancel the Army game because of those COVID-19 positive tests and what they need to do to stay safe so they can play the rest of the season. This would have been BYU's biggest game of the year. The Cougars ranked 21st, taking on an Army team that was ranked 22nd. But that game has now been put on hold.
On our flight to Navy, we had tested, and everyone on that plane, on that chartered flight, tested negative. And so on our return, we were able to test our guys and had a small number of positives. And because of that, our administration and sports medicine department decided to postpone it. Would be the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, there's a ton of frustration. We were all excited to play Army. They're a very good team, and have shown a lot of upside in the beginning of their season. And although it's unfortunate, we have a lot of faith that that game will be rescheduled.
BYU hopes to reschedule the Army game either November 28th or December 5th. So the Cougars' next game is Saturday at home against Troy. BYU hopes to have all their players available for that one. They get tested 3 times a week, but until then, practices are going to be different.
We're limited to certain groups, and our groups are going to be 10 to 15, and they can't involve other coaches moving back and forth and other players moving back and forth. And so this week won't be the same type of prep that you would do for an opponent.
Now, there are pictures circulating of parties being held on the BYU campus. It's unclear if any football players attended those parties, but the players know they have to be held accountable or the season will be lost.
Just being aware of our surroundings, and that includes not going to those type of activities or parties. And so I think each guy on this team is very aware that they need to do their part in staying safe.
Football in itself is a game where you got to trust each other. So I think we got a group of a lot of guys that believe in each other and trust each other, and I think everybody's trying to do their best to keep themselves in good situations.
I can't believe BYU's throwing parties. Where were they when I was a student? I like to dance.
Oh, we know. While the Cougars season is on hold, they're still grateful they have a chance to play.
We have a lot of gratitude to be able to play right now. So the whole fact that we still get to play football, that's the motivation we need.
There's a lot of great football players that are not playing right now, and so I know their frustrations. And right now we have it on hold, right? And so this level and this attitude that we have of appreciation and gratitude is going to continue.
Yeah, they are definitely appreciative that they can still play. But you know what? They got to stay safe, otherwise more games are going to get postponed.
Yeah, I will go on record right now and say I don't think BYU is going to finish the season.
Really?
With the spikes in Utah County?
Yeah, Utah County's having some trouble.
And I'm not saying that the BYU football players are going to any of those parties.
Right.
But they're around the students who are going to those parties.
Well, that's why the spikes, because the students are back in session.
I will be shocked if BYU is able to finish the season. And the other thing that's stunning to me is, why can't you reschedule the Army game?
They will.
Why haven't
they? Haven't done it yet. I don't know, TV or something. There's something going on. But I think November. Kalani said it should be easy. November 28th, December 5th. We got options. Let's do it. But I think this game is going to be interesting because it's a home game. They're going to try to allow 6,000 fans in the Lavelle Edwards Stadium, socially distance them, have 1,500 in 4 different groups. We'll see how it works. Hopefully there's no more spikes, and hopefully they can finish the season.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of seasons.
Yeah.
It looks like we might see the Pac-12 football return to action either the end of October or the beginning of November. The Pac-12 CEOs met on Friday without coming to a final decision, but they're scheduled to meet again on Thursday when they could come out with a start date. And the speculation is that the Pac-12 will play a 6 or 7 game schedule and hope to finish in time to be included in the college football playoff selection. Dana, what do you think? Can the Pac-12 pull this off? I mean, they're the last Power 5 conference to get in the mix.
That's right. The Big Ten announced that they're returning in October. I think they can. That deal that they made with Quiddell Medical, where they can get almost immediate results.
Daily testing.
Daily testing.
That's key.
You can make sure that these guys are safe whether on the practice field or before the game. But the Pac-12 wasn't just dealing with COVID. They were dealing with the air quality from the wildfires in California and Oregon. I mean, only this week did the governor say you're allowed to practice again. So they were behind the 8 ball, behind the Big Ten, behind everybody. But I think they're going to come back with this medical testing, the same-day results. I think the Pac-12 is going to come back, late October, mid-November.
And here's the thing that people don't understand. They're like, why is the Pac-12 taking so long? They're dealing with half the conference. 6 teams in the Pac-12 conference are in California and Arizona, which the government is not allowing them to even play football. So it's tough for a conference when half the teams aren't even allowed to be involved in it. It's tough for the conference to say, yeah, we're going to play, when you've got half the teams that can't.
And now the question is, all right, if you're the College Football Playoff Committee, do you take a, 6-0, 7-0 Pac-12 champion over a 1-loss SEC team that's played 10 or 11 games?
I guess it depends on who they're playing,
the
right?
The Pac-12 wants a piece of the pie.
They do.
The way they want to part, even if they don't get a guy or a team into the playoff, they're going to get a piece of that playoff
which they haven't for a couple of
money.
years. And the other thing that is important is they need Pac-12 has got to get. They've got to play, but they're not leaving themselves any more wiggle room. Right. If they have a week where they have to shut it down because of COVID, they're going to be out.
And they're going to be left. They might be shut out of the entire playoff. That's right. All right, the conference finals are well underway in the NBA playoffs tonight. The LA Lakers with an incredible win over Denver to take a 2-0 series lead. The Nuggets erased an 8-point deficit in the final 2 minutes. Nikola Jokic was awesome. The Joker, 30 points. Denver eventually takes a 1-point lead. Anthony Davis gives that lead right back to the Lakers with that bucket. Back and forth we go. Jokic, he scored the final 12 points for the Nuggets.
More money.
Denver up 1, 2 seconds left. Somehow Anthony Davis gets a wide open look for the three. Come on, Plumlee, get out there. AD drills it, the brow with the buzzer beater to win it. Meantime, the Eastern Conference, Miami leads Boston 2-1. So, Wes, who do you got in the finals?
Denver still has the Lakers right where they want them, right?
Well, as long as the Lakers don't 3-1. If they go up 3-1, they're in a lot of trouble. If it's 2-2, it's going to be the Lakers. 3-1, it's all Denver.
I think most people could agree that it's going to be the Lakers in the finals. Boston's got Gordon Hayward back. They looked much better last night. They lost the first 2 games against Miami, but played much better last night. I think the NBA would love to see a Boston-LA championship final.
Well, Boston's got a lot of the star power with Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker, and Gordon Hayward's a difference maker. Jaylen Brown. Miami is probably the better team, I think, but so Boston has more talent, and I think the Denver Nuggets are out of gas. 2 7-game series, and that heartbreaker, that was their chance.
And the NBA Finals will be here on ABC4.
ABC, all right, we have to take our first time out, but coming up, we're going to hear from BYU basketball coach Mark Pope
on the restart of their season. Plus, we'll reveal our top high school football plays and our player of the week. Stick around. Welcome back to Real Sports Live. The NCAA announced this week that college basketball season can begin games on November 25th.
Yeah, we'll see if the Pac-12 moves up its January 1st date. But BYU head coach Mark Pope, he was thrilled to hear the news, even if the Cougars' schedule is still very much up in the air. Mark Pope is relieved that they finally know when the season's going to begin.
I think we're really happy to have a start date. I think the idea that we're trying for this November 25th, where we're only going to lose 15 days of the season, I think is really encouraging for all of us.
As far as scheduling goes, Pope admits he doesn't know much.
I can already see the headline. Coach Pope knows nothing. Big headline. It's actually really interesting right now. It's super fun, right? Because it's just madness and chaos.
BYU was supposed to play in the Bahamas mid-November. That probably won't happen. They also had several games against Pac-12 schools, including Utah, but those are in jeopardy unless the Pac-12 changes its January 1st start date.
We don't know what's going to happen in the coming weeks in terms of, what conferences are going to say. There's been a lot of whisperings that that the Pac-12, might move off of the January 1st date. I think the biggest pressure we're feeling right now is we just want to play the hardest schedule we can possibly play.
Pope has a deep, talented, but mostly new roster led by Purdue 7'3" transfer Matt Harms and Wasatch Academy 4-star recruit Caleb Lohner.
Matt Harms, he has fit in beautifully. I mean, that's part of the reason why he chose to come in here is because he fits, and he's taken on a real leadership role, and he's an extraordinarily talented player. And Caleb Lohner is just been just such a beautiful, brings a beautiful spirit to our practices in the sense of he just wants to get better, and he's clearly got a really, really high ceiling.
There are few atmospheres like the Marriott Center, and Pope hopes fans will be able to attend games.
We're really hopeful about having fans in the stands. What the players on our team accomplished last year, to get that gym to the fevered pitch that it was at the end of the season, it was really special.
We're 6 weeks through the high school football season. We had some great matchups this past week.
Yeah, with great matchups come great plays. Let's get right to it. Our top 4 plays of the week. Coming in at number 4, Harriman at Bingham. Mustangs quarterback Jack White. Short pass to Ephraim Asiata. He jukes one defender, jukes another defender, gets to the 24-yard line before he's finally forced out of bounds, but Bingham gets the win 44-10. At number 3, Skyview at Ridgeline. The Bobcats block the field goal attempt. Isaac Larson scoops it up, goes 61 yards for the touchdown, kind of eases up at the end, and he pays a price. Look at this. Boom! Unnecessary,
Right? The mark. Number 2, undefeated Davis hosting undefeated Roy. Darts quarterback Chance Trujillo takes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets a block, breaks the tackle, changes direction and goes 63 yards for the score. Davis was up 2 touchdowns with 2 minutes left, and our number 1 play is actually 2 plays. Roy making the comeback. Parker Kingston to Ethan Ecker. Touchdown, with just 13 seconds to go in this game. And we love this. They go for 2, and the victory.
Love it.
Cade Harris right at the gut for the game-winning 2-point conversion. Our number 1 play. As for our Beehive Blitz Player of the Week, we consider Davis quarterback Chance Trujillo. He had 431 total yards and 6 touchdowns. Corner Kangan receiver Noah Kerr had 3 touchdown catches.
Yeah, but we're going to go with Skyline quarterback Braxton Bolingbroke. What a game he had against Murray. Bolingbroke threw for 344 yards and 6 touchdowns in a 63-10 blowout over the Spartans. Skyline's off to a 6-0 start for the first time since 2002, and Bolingbroke is a big reason why he is our BI Blitz Player of the Week. And for that, you get to drive Wes's new car.
Wait,
congratulations. Come down to the station, Braxton. He'll let you drive.
Don't say that.
No?
Don't say that.
Oh, okay. We have to take one final break here on Real Sports Live.
Yeah, but coming up, it's the reason television was invented in the first place. It's another exhilarating edition of the best and the worst. Stick around.
watching ABC4 Utah's Real Sports Live.
Welcome back to the show. We want to leave you on a high note, so here we go. The bloopers and the blunders, the highlights and the lowlights from the past week in sports. It's the best and the worst. And we start off with a putt at the U.S. Open. Zach Johnson misses this thing badly. Or did he? It catches the hill, rolls back, and dives into the hole. Nice, just like he planned it. Punters with problems last month. This one did not go well. Ended up punting it about 3 yards, and it was caught for the touchdown. This one not much better. Had trouble catching the ball. Ends up being recovered by the other team for the score. Great pass in soccer. Oh my goodness! That leads to the goal. He kicked it with his back foot on kind of a wraparound. I don't even know how you do that. But he did it. This pitcher using his foot on the comebacker. Oh yeah, hit him in the ankle, bounces over to first for the out. Probably didn't feel good, but it looked pretty cool, and it worked. The best slide. The throw home, and he's safe. Camp of Oakland with a little body contortion, avoids the tag, touches the plate, and he's in there safe. The worst slide, yeah, watch the runner going from second to third. Oh, that's not so much a slide, more of a face plant. Great catch in the NFL. The leaping one-handed grab. How about this one? Quarterback rolls out. This looks like a catch, but the defender took it away over the helmet, rolled over, and got the interception. In baseball, the deep fly ball. How about this catch? He timed the jump perfectly, went way above the top of the wall, and robbed the home run. The comebacker to the mound. A nice behind-the-back snag by the pitcher. Kind of stuck his glove out there and was rewarded for his effort. The juggling catch here by the second baseman. I like it. Rizzo chases this one down, makes the catch, and then takes a tumble. That white foul line tripped him up. Gets you every time. The worst catch? No question about it. This guy ends up not only not catching it, but helping the ball over the fence for the home run. And finally, the worst shot in soccer. All of soccer. All alone in front of the net.
Oh.
Denied!
Come on.
He was right there. No one in front of him. He steps on the ball when he tried to kick it. He goes down. The defender comes over, able to kick it away. That's tough to miss from that close. But he did it, and he earns a spot on this week's edition of the best and the worst.
I think you could have even scored on that one. I think you
would
could
hope
have.
so.
I would hope so. You could have.
You could fall in.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, coming back to ABC. It's the Saints and the Raiders. And after the game, we're going to be on for a little post-game show, talk to some of the local players.
A little busy, yeah. We're going to be talking to Taysom Hill.
That's right. Marcus Williams. Devontae Booker.
Right. And Jay Schrader, former Raider quarterback.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Be here tomorrow night after Monday Night Football right here on ABC4. We'll see you back here next week. Good night, everybody.